Weber State's tribute to September 11th, what students are doing to remember the past 10 years since the attack.
Why President Obama wants $500 billion for a plan to give Americans jobs.
And how the football team plans to tackle the Aggies on Saturday.
And tips on how students are planning to survive the rest of the semester and where students can go on campus to relieve stress. Welcome to Weber State News. I'm Kaylee Connors.
And I'm John Coyle. On Sunday, America will pause to remember the terrorist attacks that changed our country forever. Tributes are being held around the nation, and here at home, students at Weber's Davis campus are holding a tribute to remember 9/11 service responders. Morgan Wilkins takes a look back at the September 11th events from 10 years ago.
September 11th, 2001 began as a beautiful, crisp, and clear day in the New York City area. It was just another normal day for millions of people across the country. That all changed at 8:45 a.m. as the first of 4 hijacked planes hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Word of the attack spread fast, and millions of people were glued to the TV when the second plane hit the South Tower at 9:03 a.m.
First plane had hit in between classes, and then we watched the second plane hit in class.
The third plane hit the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. at 9:40 a.m. 20 minutes later, the fourth and final plane went down in a field in Pennsylvania. The passengers were able to overpower the hijackers and prevent their plane from hitting its target, which is believed to have been the White House. By the end of the attack, 3,212 people from 90 different countries had died. Newspaper headlines the next morning described the feelings of people all over the world.
It's where I was shocked, I was scared.
The events of that day were the beginning of the war on terror. Since then, thousands more have been killed fighting that war. Also due to those events, Americans were able to show the world that they are more united than ever. They will move on and rebuild, but they will never forget.
I guess it's one of those kind of things that don't ever forget.
For Weber State News, I'm Morgan Wilkins.
The tribute at the Davis campus begins at 8 on Saturday night and includes an outdoor movie.
Welcome to the National News Minute. I'm Kiersten Voorhees. For all you students stuck in the books, here's a look at news around the nation. First, President Obama challenged Congress last night to put the good of the nation over political benefit and pass a huge jobs plan he proposed. Obama says the almost $500 billion plan will be a huge step to get American citizens back on their feet. And tens of thousands in Pennsylvania and New York cities evacuated their homes last night as Tropical Storm Lee moves across parts of the Northeast. Nearly 70,000 residents near the Susquehanna River evacuated. 16 inches of rain was brought to the area. Fires are still raging in Texas. Just this week, fire crews responded to 176 fires over about 130,000 acres. Finally, more than 1 million people are out of power in California, Arizona, and Mexico. The outage was caused by a power line break. Right now, there's no word when the power will be back on. That's your National News Minute. Back to you, Kaylee and John.
Thanks, Kiersten. In sports, the football team plans on bringing home a win against the Utah State Aggies this weekend. Faithful Lavallee talks with Coach McBride about changes the team made after last week's loss against Laramie.
This week, the Weber State Wildcats head up north to take on the Utah State Aggies. The Weber State Wildcats football team played their season opener last week in Laramie, Wyoming. They suffered a disappointing loss to the Cowboys, 32-35.
Are you ever pleased? No, you're not pleased, but you know, with the numbers that the offense put up, you got to be happy with that. And then a lot of the things the defense did were positive, but we could still do much better.
The Wyoming loss was, you know, it's something we gave away. It's really came down to us not executing and us making mistakes that allowed them to win the game.
Competed at a high level, but I don't know if we competed throughout the whole game. Obviously, we came up short down the stretch where we had opportunities.
Although the Wildcats lost, coaches and players look forward to playing against a Utah State team who almost beat the 14th ranked and defending national champions Auburn Tigers last week in a nail-biter.
Now we're ready to go make a name for ourselves. It's one of those things where we need to paint a W over the mountains up there in Utah State when we take a win.
One, in-state, obviously want bragging rights. Two, they obviously look at us as a smaller school. And, you know, their mindset is that we should win this football game. But I feel that we have the talent. Our talent is probably just as good or even better than theirs.
I'm Fifo Lavale, and this is Weber State Sports.
Remember to look forward to the game update on Monday.
Now, that should be a good game Saturday, hopefully, and hopefully for the fans and for the players, the weather would be nice. I believe Jana has our weather update for the week. Jana?
Well, if we look at the United States today, right now we have a storm that's over here in California coming through. And then if we look up in the East Coast, we have a storm up here, and then there's a low one coming in from Florida. And then for our regional, right now in Ogden, it's 82. In St. George, it's 92. And then Evanston, it's 74. And then our 7-day forecast, we have it Friday and Saturday. It's clear Sunday. We have a little bit of storm, but this next week, it looks like it's going to be pretty clear. We have lows of the 80s, and then we have highs of the upper 50s for our mornings. Now back to you, Kaylee and John.
Thanks, Jana. Living in another country is a great way to learn firsthand about its people and cultures. Students at Weber State have the chance to do that through study abroad programs. The Study Abroad Fair was held on Wednesday in the Shepherd Union Building. Students are able to receive up to 4 credits for their time studying abroad. The Study Abroad program is also available for community members as well as faculty to participate in. Some of the countries are China, Costa Rica, and Italy. We spoke to one student who just returned from Italy.
I loved it. It's a great opportunity to meet the other people, or the other students within the department. You grow bonds. It's just a great experience overall, and then you're in Italy.
If you are interested in the Study Abroad program, you can get more information on their website, departments.weber.edu/ce/studyabroad.
Just 3 weeks into the semester, and stress is piling up for many students. But there's help right here on campus, and it's free. At the Stress Relief Center at Weber State University, students have a place to come that offers different ways to relieve stress. They have everything from a full-body massage chair to an inversion table. It's a good place to come relax before a test or anything else you might have to do.
I also recommend them to learn techniques like meditation or breathing, whether they have 5 minutes to relax or an hour to relax. It's a good place to come and try some different things.
The Stress Relief Center is located in the Swenson Gym and is open from 9 to 5 during the week. No appointment is necessary.
Well, the skies may be clear, but the same can't be said for the minds of some Weber State students.
Between the stress of school and the weather being so nice, many students around campus are already having a hard time being back in school. Here are some students' tips on surviving the rest of the semester.
The best tips for the first few weeks of school are to set your alarm clock and don't oversleep, because if you don't set it, you will oversleep and be late.
We have a buddy system.
Yep, buddy
This
system.
is my buddy. We walk our classes together. We avoid talking to anybody.
Spread your work out for all your classes.
My advice is to eat a well-balanced meal before you come to school.
They had some really good tips on that video. Do you have any tips for me, John?
Well, you know, if you watch Studio 76 this semester and take a look at old Studio 76s, I do give students a lot of tips on that.
I don't know if those are the best to follow always, John.
You know, they definitely are.
But if nothing else, they're entertaining. And they do get me through my semester watching you.
Exactly. That's really my tip, is just keep yourself entertained. Don't take things too seriously.
Have a good friend group. Have fun in school. Study hard.
I already have a friend group, so you can't be a part of mine.
John, I'm in your friend group already, so you can't really stop that. Sorry. Well, thanks for those tips. We'll have to apply all of those this next coming semester.
And thanks for watching Weber State News. Don't forget you can watch all of our newscasts, sportscasts, quickcasts, and Studio 76 on our website, www.weberstatenews.org. We'll see you next time. Until then, I am John Coyle.
And I am Kaylee Connors. Have a great weekend.